Hi everyone, I've been filming some beauty videos, so I thought that rather than leave this to another day and never film it, which is what happens with most of my videos for the uphill, they tend to get sidelined. I would film it now and then we're done for another month, because we are almost through February, so I feel like it's time for another parenting highs and lows. I've had some really bad news this month because a few days ago my dad passed away. So it's really made me very sort of thoughtful and, I mean, obviously very sad, but it's a few days ago now and I can actually sort of say it without bawling my head off. But it's made me really sort of evaluate life and how bloody short it is. Do you know what I mean? And I think since the advent of social media as well, and you have access to so many people's lives, you know, before social media, I feel like you had your friends, you had your family, they had their friends, and your circle of people that you knew about was very limited. So, you know, the odd person maybe died young, or the odd person got cancer, or so-and-so's uncle passed away, you know, but things never really happened to you a lot. Things didn't affect you. And I feel that through social media, you have access to so many people's lives that on a daily basis, you're sort of looking at people's lives and they have cancer, or someone's passed away, or their child is ill, or, you know, for me, there were good things and bad things about that. And the good things are that you very easily find people that are in a similar situation to you. You find people that are similar, that help you out with things that you struggle with perhaps, or, you know, there are people that have your interests. So it widens the world and there are a lot more people that you can relate to. On the other hand, bloody hell, it can be depressing, can't it? And I mean, now you're listening to me talking about my dad passing away and how it's affecting my life, and so that brings that into your circle of experience. So sorry about that, but I thought it'd be weird to talk about my highs and lows this month without mentioning such a momentous thing happening. But yeah, he's gone, and it's pretty hard to deal with, but it's made me really think about my own family and, you know, what I want for my own family. And it's really put some of the things that I was going to talk about struggles wise into perspective, because I was going to talk about the fact that I was really struggling with the work-life balance thing. I don't know whether there's no such thing as work-life balance, is there, when you're a mum, because you just have to fit things in and life is busy and that's it. I mean, you know, there's no point, I don't think there's any point dwelling on it. There are no techniques. There's no tips and tricks of the trade. You just have to bloody well get things done when you can get them done, and try not to kill yourself over the guilt of it all. So that was going to be one of my lows of the month, but the fact that my dad's died has sort of superseded any other low, really. I'd say another low has been, and I wanted to talk about this last month because I stopped breastfeeding Ted, I think a week before he turned 1. Anyway, I felt like when I stopped breastfeeding him, I felt really, really low. Depressed, actually, hormonally, mentally, just really messed up. And I was crying when I was folding up baby clothes and all sorts of things. You know, it sort of felt like the end of an era. And I don't know whether, you know, it's probable that I won't have another baby. So, you know, that's the last time that I'm going to have done that. And that felt really sad. And it was, yeah, last month was really, really hard. I think this month is harder. I thought this month was going to be easier, but, you know, as it turns out, life likes to throw things at you, so it's a lot harder. But I found that difficult. But to go with the highs, Ted has started copying noises, which is a lot of fun. So if you go, chew, he goes, he can't do the chew bit yet, but it's very funny. Or quack, quack, he goes, quack, 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 like this. And he thinks it's hilarious and it's really, really cute. I do feel, don't know whether anyone else has had this, but second child syndrome, with Angelica, we were hanging on to every single thing that she did. You know, it was like, look, she's holding out her finger and smiling at the same time. With Ted, bless him, Angelica is doing so much more, and it's so much more interesting, if I'm honest, because she's chatting away and she's singing things and she's hilarious. And I've seen the baby stuff before, and the Angelica stuff is all new. It gets sort of pushed aside a little bit. So in the last few weeks, I've been really trying to spend a lot more time just encouraging him and appreciating all the little things that he does. And he is so cute, and he's got such a nice nature. And he comes up to me and I say, kiss, and he like toddles up, hold his hands obviously, or climbs up me and then gives me a little kiss. I'm aware, by the way, that I do have sick on me. Could be sick, could be snot. Noticed it when I was filming my beauty video. So it's going to be really on brand for lots of the luxury beauty that I was mentioning. They do like a bit of snot on the shoulder, I found. So yeah, that's a high. Another high, I know this is really bad, this is lazy. I shouldn't really call it high, but it is that our new nanny doesn't just cook for the kids. She makes massive batches of food, chops them up, puts them in the freezer so that I don't have to cook hardly for the rest of the week. She comes for 2 days, Wednesday and Thursday. Rest of the week, I'm done. It's amazing. Those were my highs and lows for February. I know, basically I've just talked about my dad dying and how cute the kids are, but I feel like that's all my mind can manage this month, I'm afraid. So anyway, I hope that you've enjoyed just chatting, keeping up. And you know what, keep your family close, give them a call. You know, if you don't see your parents a lot, just give them a ring. Tell them you love them. I did with my dad, but it's that grief thing, isn't it? Like, why didn't I talk to him the day before? Why didn't I say this? Why didn't I do that? Could I have done this? It's terrible, such a horrible feeling. So, you know, just make sure as regularly as possible you just tick off all the boxes, things you want to say. That's what my advice to you is. And on that distinctly depressing note, I'm going to leave you. Make sure you check out the new posts on the website. I'll put the link below. Subscribe to the email, follow me on Instagram. Any of those things will be nice. And I'll see you next time.